Alright, so I'm playing some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. I'm playing 10v10 Team Deathmatch on the Gunrunner map. As always, I'm playing on the PS4 with crossplay enabled. So earlier this morning and or late last evening, depending on where you are in the world, the most recent update to the game has been made available. So probably the three main features, in my view, of this most recent update are, I mentioned it in my previous video, but the ability to earn the Obsidian camo, the M249 SAW light machine gun is now available to be unlocked, regardless of whether or not you have the battle pass, and also the expanded Gunsmith customization is also available. There's been some Warzone updates, but as I mentioned previously, I don't really play that game mode. But those are the most notable updates and upgrades to the game as of today. At least for me, I think the new Gunsmith customization, it's interesting. So despite what I had originally thought and what other people had thought, you can't mix and match attachments from different guns when you're creating custom builds. You can only mix and match attachments from different blueprints of the same gun. So for example, if you have one blueprint of a gun and you really like the optic for that blueprint and how it looks, you could use that particular version of that optic with a different blueprint attachment for the same gun. So it's a little bit disappointing, but it's not a deal breaker to me. As for the Obsidian camo, I think I might try to get that. So as I mentioned previously, the first requirement is that you have to have gold camo for the gun that you want to get Obsidian camo for. And then the second requirement is you have to get a certain number of kills within a match a certain number of times. And that really depends on the class of the weapon in question. So according to the official Call of Duty blog, for example, I don't have the information in front of me, but if I recall correctly, for assault rifles, for example, you have to get 15 kills with that gun 200 times. So it has to be like 15 kills within a match 200 times. But on the plus side, it stacks. So let's say, for example, you get 30 kills with an assault rifle for which you already have gold camo. That counts as 2 instances of the 200 instances that you need in order to have Obsidian camo. So I think I might go for it. I'm not a high kill player, at least in team deathmatch. I mean, this particular match notwithstanding, I don't really get like more than like 8, 9, or 10 kills in a match in the core mode. So I mean, I think I might venture into ground war. I think that's probably the best mode in order to get Obsidian camo. So it looks pretty good. It's like, I just found out that Obsidian is like essentially volcanic rock that's black in color, and it kind of has this glossy, glassy texture. I think it looks pretty good. I think the best look would be like a pure black or a matte black, but Obsidian is probably the next best option. As far as the M249 SAW, I'm not really a light machine gun player, and at least in the core modes, I don't think, well, based on what I've seen, most people don't use light machine guns. I mean, you might see like a PKM here and there, or maybe an MG34, but those weapons are few and far between. So I wonder how many people are going to go for that weapon unlock. Basically, you have to get 3 kills of opposing players who are in the cloud of a smoke grenade. You've got to do that like 3 times within a match in like 15 different matches. So it's definitely attainable. I know when the crossbow was made available early in its lifespan, a lot of people seem to be going for it based on my observation, but because it was kind of a novelty weapon, I think that was part of the appeal. But as time has moved on, I don't really see that weapon used very often, so I don't know if I'll see a lot of people going for the M249 SAW, and I don't think I'll see a lot of people using it. But it's definitely a staple of the Modern Warfare series. It's the model that's used in the fixed machine gun positions in Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, and I tend to have pretty good success, at least with the mounted versions. But those are the most notable updates to the game so far, and I do pretty well, but this type of match for me is really the exception and not the rule.